20 secrets, 9 hidden Mickeys, 8 rides, and 2 food locations. Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today I am trapped in Tomorrowland until I get all of this done. Now let's get going. This is why we still bring the stroller. It's freezing cold and he's all bundled up.
Thank you, and welcome to Disneyland.
To start off our morning, we're actually going to be rope dropping Space Mountain. It's going to have the longest line in Tomorrowland, and we want to knock it out first thing here in the morning. You can see the crowds in front of us going up there. We'll let you know how long this wait is. Our first secret of the morning is going to be this here, SMS 077. Right there on the bottom of the spaceship, here in the loading area. That number is a nod to when Space Mountain first opened in Disneyland in 1977. Our first hidden Mickey is also here in Space Mountain. If you look at the speaker system on the back of the ride, in the middle only, you can see that those speakers are set up like Mickey heads. A big center speaker and 2 tiny little speakers. And I'm sure this number on the side of the craft is also important, DL05, probably Disneyland 2005. What it represents, though, I am unsure.
SF-77, this is Mission Control. We are initiating power transfer in 3, 2, 1.
Gotta love Space Mountain. That ride is extremely efficient. Despite the line that was in front of us, it only took us 12 minutes to get through, and they were loading people like crazy. Like, barely did I sit down and the ride vehicle was moving forward for them to check your safety restraints. They were pumping it through. So highly recommend Space Mountain as a rope drop ride. Let's talk some more Space Mountain facts, secrets, whatever you want to call them here, rapid fire. The structure itself is built so high up into the air, they actually built the ride 15 feet down into the ground to meet Anaheim building code regulations as far as height goes. Along with that, Space Mountain is an entirely gravity-based coaster. They take you to the very top, highest point of the ride whenever they're loading you, and then from there on out, it's all downhill. Very gravity-based as the coaster goes around the turns. I also read this, I'm not 100% sure on the verification of this fact, but I did read that they have fans on the ride that are blowing to make it feel like you are going faster than you actually are. So there's some fun facts about Space Mountain here for you this morning. Right here outside of Space Mountain is this giant ball. You've probably seen it before. Little fun fact for you about this one. That ball, that granite ball, weighs 12,000 pounds. And if you were to remove that ball, the jet of water, you see the water coming out from underneath it? The jet of water would shoot 150 feet into the air. That's how high pressure it is to be able to lift that 12,000 pound ball. We're gonna go over here to Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters now, and there's tons of secrets here. First is to check out the stroller parking sign. Look how fun that is. It's one of the aliens from the crane. The claw, the claw. The claw will choose who will stay and who will go. Yeah. Time for Astro Blasters. 5-minute wait. All right, so let's move slowly through here because there's a lot of stuff that I want to try to look for. First off, right here, the green planet. If you take a look at this, there are some swirl patterns in here that could kind of be considered Mickeys. So right here we have some batteries in front of Buzz. And if you take a look down here, it says made in Glendale, California. Glendale is the location of Walt Disney Imagineering. So, fun fact for you. This is a game ride, and it's important to know the values of the targets. The one over here on the right, the circle is 100 points, the square is 1,000, the blue diamond is 5,000, and the triangle is 10,000 points. So if you shoot the bottom of Zurg's gun, it'll make Zurg face toward you. And if you look, there's a little black hole right in the center of his chest plate. That little hole is worth 50,000 points if you can shoot it. That's going to be here on Zurg in the first room, as well as Zurg in the last room. Here is perhaps the most notable hidden Mickey on the green planet with those swirls. And here we go in the final Zurg. They also have that pinhole. If you see it right there. That pinhole is worth 50,000 points here on the Zurg in the final room. It is not marked, but you should try to hit it. Also, it's very hard to see, but do you see that sun and the moon? This is another secret here in the final room of Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. I'll talk about it more once we get outside the ride. That sun and the moon that I showed you, it was very faded. Pictures that I've seen are a lot brighter in the past, but the sun and the moon are a reference to the Circle Vision Theater that used to be in this attraction before Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. If you saw my Trapped in Fantasyland video, you'll know that we go very ride heavy here in the morning so we can take advantage of the low wait times. I also wanted to say thank you to Abby M, Profe, Ratslaff, not sure if I pronounced that right, and Quinn Plays for recommending that I do Trapped in Tomorrowland next. Visit the comments below and tell me where I should be next. Now it's time for Star Tours. The adventure continues. Our first secret here at Star Tours is that the C-3PO over here and the R2-D2 right there are actual movie props from the Star Wars movies. They were turned into animatronics for this ride. How cool is that? So here in the waiting room, there's actually a couple of things to pay attention to. Right down here is a luggage scanner, and occasionally inside the luggage, you'll be able to find Mickey ears or Chip and Dale. Then also up here on the wall, you'll see this blue window, and occasionally through there, R2-D2 will pass through, and he has some appendages that pop up that make him look like Mickey.
I knew it! Don't shoot!
Prepare to be boarded, Captain.
I'm afraid there's been a terrible mistake. I am
We know
C-3.
you have this rebel spy on board.
Imperial troopers, what are they doing here?
This could also be considered a bit of a hidden Mickey. If you look, there are 3 circles in this store, and they are roughly laid out in a way that if you look at them, this would be the Mickey head, and then that would be an ear over there, and that would be an ear over here. They're not directly connected, so it kind of is a bit of a stretch, but you could see how it might be the case. Next, we're gonna come to Autopia now. It says it's a 10-minute wait here at 8:59 in the morning. This is not one of the better rides to ride in the morning. As you can see, they actually have only 2 lanes running. We've done this before where they only have 1 lane running. It's better when they have all 4 lanes running here because then the line moves a lot quicker. This right here are the problems we talked about. If you see, the cars aren't going anywhere. They're fully loaded and they're just sitting here doing nothing. This happens a lot, especially in the morning, which means that the line is, a lot longer than it's posted. It's going again now, and more than likely what happened is somebody's glasses or hat or Mickey ears or something fell on the track. They probably had to stop it and remove that item from the track. Again, that can happen frequently on a ride like this. Also, the cars are pretty old, and I've seen them just have troubles going. All around Tomorrowland, the plants are actually food. So if you see those are trees, they've got some lemons and maybe some oranges under there as well. Over here, you can see some fruits growing on these plants as well. Definitely not oranges. I'm not very plant knowledgeable. Amy thinks they might be kumquats. Who knows? Amy asked one of the cast members, and they think they're kumquats too. The urban legend is that 100% of the plants grown in Tomorrowland are edible. I read somewhere that that's probably closer to 80%, but I don't even know if that's true. Obviously, they're growing produce around the land. They have fruit trees and things like that, but I just don't know if every single plant is edible. Benji's going to be driving me around today. Thanks a lot, Benjamin, for being my chauffeur. Might be in for a bit of a bumpy ride. Our only secret on Autopia is that Route 55 is the year that Disneyland opened, 1955. We're playing Operation. Every time Benji hits the center rail, I'm gonna go bzzz, bzzz. Don't touch the rail. Bzzz, 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 bzzz. You're doing a pretty good job of keeping it straight. Ah, you little stinker. Don't go hands-free, no wonder. Check this out, we got Steamboat Willie in front of us. Steamboat Willie, or Wally, I'm not sure which. In fact, if you look at the license plate of the vehicle right up there, it says DLR 55. Oh look, Epcot 82, that red car that just went by. Over there is Mickey 28. Mickey debuted in 1928. Hercules, 1997, when that movie aired. So I believe that one in front of me was indeed Wally, not Steamboat Willie. Wally 108 is what it was trying to say. And if you looked at things like DLR 055, the 0 is indicative of 19. That means that to move into the 2000s, they added a 1. So 108. WALL-E debuted or hit the movies 2008. So that makes sense. So we're coming here to get food at Galactic Grill. Now it is only like 9:30 in the morning. We're gonna get lunch a little bit later on at Alien Pizza Planet, but I got the old-fashioned cream soda, which is a frozen drink mixed with Sprite here. I put that in my Disney 100 food video, and I love slushies if you didn't know that about me, so I had to come and absolutely get this drink here at Galactic Grill for our Trapped in Tomorrowland video. It is a bit of an odd flavor, but I love it. For some weird reason, the old-fashioned cream soda was not on the mobile order menu, and so I had to wait standby in order to order this item. That's what they told me to do when I asked when we picked up a breakfast item that we got. Our next attraction is Astro Orbiter, which has a 15-minute wait. James and I are gonna do Astro Orbiter together. Yeah, you gonna fly me? Fly me? Let's blast off. The People Mover closed at Disneyland in 1995, but you can still see the track from aboard Astro Orbiter. I mean, you can see the underside of it in Tomorrowland as well, but you can see, oh yeah, what happened? All right, here we go. We're getting going again. They had to check somebody's seatbelts. Over there in the far away is where Astro Orbiter used to be. We'll have some more information about that once we get off the ride, but that's where it used to stand. So the Astro Orbiter, formerly known as Rocket Jets, was refurbished in 1998. After the refurbishment, it was too heavy, and it was moved from its location over there atop the sky above the Tomorrowland hub area and moved out here to the entrance because it was too heavy to fit above there. They still have the remnants of the old ride over there, at least the, you know, the center elements of Rocket Jets. Here at the Tomorrowland Terrace, they actually have these trash cans here. I don't know if this is necessarily a hidden Mickey per se, but Mickey's right there on the recycling trash can. And, you know, he's not on any of the other trash cans in the land, just this one right here. Most of the trash cans in Tomorrowland look like this. We've come to the other side of Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage for our next secret. If you actually look over there at the queue line, we're gonna zoom way in here. That pipe right there says Seawater Supply TL59. That is a nod to Submarine Voyage Through Liquid Space, which opened in this area in 1959. That was the original ride for Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Two more Space Mountain secrets while I'm walking around the lake here is that the pipes, or the tubes of the track, are hollow and they're pressurized with air in order for Imagineers to tell whether or not there's any leaks or holes or breaks in the track. This was meant to be an innovative invention, for lack of a better word, to help, you know, determine whether there's problems on the track, on the roller coaster. To the best of my knowledge and my research, this didn't exactly take off, and it's not something that's widespread. I don't even know if it's in use today, but it's something that they put in the roller coaster when they first built it. Another Space Mountain secret is that it's actually had 3 iterations here at Disneyland. There's the regular Space Mountain, which it is right now. They have Ghost Galaxy, which they have used for Halloween in the past. And then they have Hyperspace Mountain for the Star Wars overlay, Season of the Force, when they did that here in Tomorrowland. Now let's go ahead and actually ride Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage.
The colorful reef that surrounds us. Welcome to the EAC, Minnie Marlin.
Next up, we're gonna walk right over here to the Disneyland Monorail, right next door to Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. And of course, right next door to Autopia as well. The monorail actually has 2 stops. It does not stop in Disney California Adventure. It has a Disneyland station and it has a downtown Disney station. And that monorail just got here. It's the shiny Disneyland Monorail. Look, more People Mover track.
Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Monorail. We are now beginning a 2.5-mile journey to downtown Disney Station and back. You may reboard the monorail for a return trip to Tomorrowland up until 1/2 hour prior to Disneyland closing. And now we're riding alongside the happiest kingdom of them all, Fantasyland, home to Pinocchio, Snow White, Peter Pan, and other storybook characters.
When we were riding the monorail, we noticed that one side of the Autopia Speedway was flooded, and that's why it has a 45-minute wait at 10:35 in the morning, because they're not using 1/2 of it still. Here's a fun little detail on the restroom sign here in Tomorrowland. It's for men and aliens. Next up, we're coming to Alien Pizza Planet from lunch, and if I look over here at Space Mountain, it says it's a 65-minute wait currently. That is pretty high for 10:45 in the morning. I'm glad we rope dropped it earlier. Over here at Alien Pizza Planet, we got the Impossible Bolognese. We are really excited to try this. They actually have a lot of pasta dishes that are impossible based. They have one over at Pim Test Kitchen. Then they have one over at Boardwalk Pizza Pasta in DCA as well. That is not going to be in this video, but they do have an impossible pasta there as well. Fantastic. Absolutely cannot tell the difference on anything in here, of course. The marinara or the pasta sauce flavor is really so strong, you can't really taste the meat. You can obviously feel the texture of the meatless meat, the impossible meat, but otherwise, this is just basically like any pasta dish that you'd have. Fantastic. I love all the pasta dishes here at Disneyland. Alien Pizza Planet is one of my favorite places, and I think it's extremely underrated. If you've never come here because it's Alien Pizza Planet, get the pasta, it's amazing. While you're in Alien Pizza Planet, enjoy taking a look at the signs on the wall here. Relax at Automat, which is very clearly tomato spelled backwards, and they're hanging out in tomato soup there, basically. The sauciest spot in the marinara way. And they have all sorts of these types of banners all over the place. Stellar sights from the vegetable forest. And we have Alpha Brocolia. And over there we have Pepperonia, home of the oregano belt. And our last ride is the Disneyland Railroad, which has a Tomorrowland station. From here to Main Street, we're gonna see Primeval World. How fun is that? There are 4 stops on the Disneyland Railroad. We're only gonna take the one from Tomorrowland to Main Street. Yes, it technically means that we're leaving Tomorrowland, but that's okay because this is the last thing that we need to do here today. So we're gonna be untrapped when we get to get to Main Street. There were a few things that we didn't find. As with our previous Trapped videos, I do a lot of research ahead of time, and I have a plan to find things like hidden Mickeys or secrets, but sometimes those things are no longer there because the information is years old, and they tend to remove Mickeys a lot so that they're not always the same hidden Mickeys. So we didn't get to see a couple around Buzz Lightyear that I wanted to find. There was also a couple in Star Tours that I was not able to find, but everything that has been in the video so far were the things that I was able to confirm and find throughout the land in Tomorrowland. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more like it. I will be doing more trapped videos. Then go visit the comments section, as I mentioned before, to tell me where you think I should be trapped next. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.